Let's get it. Alrighty, we are live. What's going on, lads? Alrighty, let's get into some trade targets. Make sure this stream is working all right. All right. We got 8 people in the chat now. Let's go. What's going on, Phantom? How are you, mate? What's the best way of doing this? I think maybe like that. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully. So, FYI, guys, these are my trades. Loud and clear. Perfect. What's going on, Lenny and Lauren? How you guys doing tonight? Ben, what's up? So guys, my trades are out. Hayden Young, George Hewitt, Sean Manor, in D'Ambrosio, McKercher, and Tom Powell. Now, I think Tom Powell is so close to a must-have. It's not funny. Let me just get his CBAs up real quick. We'll talk about them. The fuck? Okay, so if we go to 2023 North Melbourne, and it puts us on 2024. So 2023, Tom Powell averaged 24% CBAs. So that's why he's so cheap. And he clearly played half forward. And that's why he's literally forward only eligible. And if we look at his jump from 24% to 2024, where he is currently sitting at 84% on average, and last round he went 93%. I think no-brainer, absolute no-brainer pick for me. Yeah, 60% jump in CBAs, that's insane. And he's clearly their guy in their midfield. Besides LDU, he's their number 2, which not only is good, it's actually good because he will not get the tag. If they're going to tag, they're going to go to LDU. So Tom Powell should just be able to absolutely dominate. And look, if we're looking at the forwards, there's not really many other good forwards that I could see like sustaining a high average. So obviously Jackson and Heaney will be around the mark, but we expect them to drop off a little bit, just because, Darcy's got to come back and a lot of other mids have got to come back to Sydney as well. So yeah, that's what I sort of see it as. I don't think Hogan will stay in the top 6, be thereabouts, but probably not quite. Papley as well, King no, Darcy no, Dixon no, Marshall. All these guys are just like key goal kicking forwards. So yeah, that's like Flanders will be around the mark. I reckon it'll be like Flanders, Heaney, Tom Powell, and then some maybe other mids that we get as forwards. Let's get into some questions, guys. So so any questions you have, feel free to ask them and your boy will answer them. Sam, hey Hippo, thinking Martin and Tom Berry to Crouch and Powell. Yeah, I like it a lot. Now, I'm holding Martin, but there's plenty of reason to get rid of him. Any idiot can see that. I just think against St Kilda this week, if he doesn't go big this week, he's gone. But like, I'm pretty sure St Kilda, they kind of just bomb it in, and I think they have a relatively good, like they get scored against by defenders quite well. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, so that's a good trade anyway. I don't really like cheese. Powell and LDU worked well together. Look like they were looking for each other. Yeah, well there you go. So two absolute guns in the midfield. Tom Powell, yeah, 112 average. He's probably not going to average that much, but I think he could definitely go at 105 and put him in the top 6 forwards for the season, which is gold for that price. And the thing is, if it's not now, it may be next week. So expect him to go up 58k if he scores 80. Put him about 360, 370k with a minus 47 break even. So it's either this week or next week to jump on him. Otherwise, you'll lose all the value. Whoops. Lauren, hello. I think I'm fading Powell so I can get Green and English in the next 2 weeks. I'll maybe trade down to Powell if Jackson goes terrible with Shrek back. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I just think you don't have to get him this week, but if you don't get him this week, you definitely have to get him next week, I think. But like, if you don't rate the pick, then that's also okay. But in my opinion, he's going to go. It's very rare you have someone who's going to guaranteed make a lot of money and potentially be a top 6 in their position, and that's the case with Tom Powell. So that's why I'm grabbing him. Hippo Huguru, far from it, mate. I'm sitting at 46k. But in all honesty, I'm not worried about my ranking. I don't have Tom Green. I don't have Whitfield. I don't have a lot of these early buy guys. I'm going to get rid of Grundy at his buy. So I think over the next few weeks, I should be able to catch up on a fair few points and 423k in the salary, which is nice. Planning on turning Caulfield straight to Whitfield next week, and then obviously fielding Whitfield here, and then maybe trying to get a Wines up to Tom Green with someone else's money. Maybe Jordan. We'll see, because Jordan will have to buy anyway. What's going on, James? I'm going well, mate. How are you? John, is it okay to have 4 rookies starting in the midfield this round? Yeah, 100%. Especially if the rookies are Carroll, Roberts, McKercher, and Sanders, who are all capable of pumping out decent scores. I personally don't like having any of these big 3 rookies on the bench. So Roberts, McKercher, and Sanders. I think they are almost must fields because, if they're scoring 90s on your bench, it's just such a waste. So yeah, I think it's perfectly fine to have 4 rookies in the midfield. Lenny, what's going on, mate? Thinking Hogan to Powell and Young to Luke Ryan. Thoughts? Yeah, Hogan giving you that little cash rise. And yeah, Powell's going to make a lot of money. And then Young to Luke Ryan. Yeah, Ryan's got a much better role than Hayden Young. Ryan doesn't actually have to play that well to score well, if that makes sense. Yeah, very nice role. Alex, thinking of going Young, Hogan, Zach Reid to Luke Ryan, Powell, Mass. Yep, similar. Massimo's a must-have if you don't have him, so I've got him in. And McKercher, unfortunately, I faded to start the season, so he had to come in as well. Otherwise, I could have done a lot of things this week, so a bit frustrating there. Hello, Sammy. Sam Ivy, Poff. Lenny, yep, same comment. James, thoughts on Young Martin Berry in... out Young Martin Berry, I was going to say. Power, Massimo, and Steele in with 215k in the bank. Yep, 100%. Like I said with Nick Martin, he could come good. Is he going to be a top 6 defender? Most likely not. But I plan on holding him just because I think there's still potential. Like, if you look at Nick Martin, just quickly, the thing that stood out to me the most and the thing that scares me about not owning him if he does clean up his ball use is his time on ground. So just bringing this over, 96% time on ground. I guarantee you none of our guns have this sort of time on ground. It's really crazy. Also, speaking of this Adobe advertisement, Adobe is a fucking joke because I have to pay $50 to cancel my subscription. What is that? That's a joke, seriously. How the fuck is there a $50 cancellation for a subscription? Like, what? I don't know if any of you guys have been fucked over by them as well, but unbelievable. But yeah, back to Nick Martin. I just think there's potential. 31 touches, 93 Supercoach. If he just gets a few more contested, cleans up his clangers a little bit, then yeah. Wines to green next week? Yeah, that sounds really good. That's what I plan on doing as well. Be huge if I can do that and get Whitfield for Caulfield. That'd be insane. Lenny, I've answered your question. I think it's like spamming through. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or it's glitching. John, do I go English this week or wait till after the buys? Look, I think wait till Grundy's buy. I assume you're trading Grundy for him. I mean, there's reason to go English this week because he does have West Coast at Marvel too, so possibly could go 180. But I just think it's probably safer to wait a little bit. Hopefully, he can have maybe a 90 or a low ton somewhere in his scores and drop a little bit more for us to get him a bit cheaper. But other than that, I just don't know. I don't know if I would go English yet. John, my trades are Young, Rouse, Sexton. For Massimo, Crouch is wrong. Look, mate, I don't know if I would be trading Matt Rao. I think if you're trading Rao, you're just points chasing. Like, it's going to look good this week, but yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I would do it. Any interest in Windhager? No Crouch for 6 to 8 weeks. Could be on watch next week if he tons up again. Yep, I have heard a bit about him on Twitter. I had him last year. Look, I rate him as a player. I just don't know how good he's going to be, and I don't know if I want to take a punt on any more of these mid prices after Tom Powell. I think I'll just go with the guns, the Ubers, because I just don't like the idea of taking more risks in this game than I have to, especially considering I already went pretty risky in the midfield. Martin, Crouch, Wines. I had Hewitt as well, so. Yeah, I think for me, I'm not going to jump on someone like Windhager, but I could see why people would. 2% of teams as well, so nice little pod there. 64 and a 104. What were his CBAs in those games? Whoops. So Windhager, yep, so direct scoring correlation with higher CBAs. Okay. Look, that is tempting, but just, yeah, like I said, awkward price, awkward position. If he was a forward, I'd say, yep, jump on him. Just as important as Tom Powell, really. But mid only, yeah, these midfield spots are pretty scarce at the moment with everyone going nuts in there. Phantom. I've gone Young, Martin, and Caulfield for Luke, Ryan, Powell, and Massimo. Yep. Sounds good to me. Hayden Young, I considered keeping, but I just think he has to go. Riskier to keep than to trade at this point, based on his break even. I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like watching him play. I don't like when he gets a handball uncontested from 2 meters away and drops it. I don't know if anyone saw that, but that was top 3 most frustrating moments of the season so far. Yeah. Ben, hey, both thoughts on Jordan to Powell? Oh, it's ballsy. I mean, Jordan's got a 9 break even, so he's still probably going to make 30k, maybe even 50k. But I don't know. If you're really backing Powell, then yeah, go for it. Who's going to be top 6 forwards this year? That's a good question. Based on who we have right now, we won't go with any hypotheticals. I think Heaney. I don't think Luke Jackson. I mean, Luke Jackson might be. Heaney, Flanders. I think Tom Powell. So that's 3. Hogan will probably slot in there for now because he's playing on the best team. 4. Luke Jackson will have to be around there. 5. And Nat 5, number 6. It's funny because if he didn't get subbed, he'd actually be somewhat up there. But yeah. He did get subbed. So thank you, Freo coach, you fucking wanker. For my trades to work, I have to trade Martin or Wines. Which one should I trade? Martin or Wines? Oh, that's a tough one. I'd probably say Martin because at the end of the day, like 78 average versus a 97. Yeah, it's probably got to be Martin to go, and he's got more money to lose than Wines. Joshua. Young and Sam Berry to Ryan and Sharp. Yeah, they're good trades. Young is averaging 9.5 clangers a game. Bro, outrageous. It is outrageous. It's disgusting. Someone who's meant to be a premium, it's actually like disgraceful. And it's really sad because you see his scores. It's very hard to justify not picking this guy because based on his midfield role, when his CBAs went up, he went 123, 118, 113, 111. And he's coming out and giving us 260s. The fucking clown. So 70 and a 62. Unbelievable. I think I said at the start of the year, there's always going to be like someone that we just think such a lock and they end up being shit. Turns out it was him and a few others. Kai. Why have I still got Overwatch open? Kai. Thoughts on Tom Berry, Young, and Munn to Massimo Sarong and Powell? Tom Berry, Young, Munn, Massimo Sarong, Powell. Look, the thing with Sarong, and I haven't seen many people talking about this, is I've got a feeling he'll cop some heavy attention by Carlton. I almost guarantee, like he's never really gone big against him, and I think George Hewitt's gone to him almost all these times. So I feel like there's going to be a fairly low score for Sarong, and he's never gone big against Adelaide either. That being said, he's breaking out. I know that, but yeah, I don't know if I'd be jumping on Sarong right now. I think I'd rather Luke Ryan. If I had to upgrade this week, I'd rather Luke Ryan, personally. But Sarong's going to be around the mark. Long term, it's just you might be able to get him a little bit cheaper after these next few games, and he might even cop Will Drew here. I know Drew's been getting a few CBAs. Let's just check that actually, because maybe with Horn Francis that changes. So Drew without Horn, with Horn Francis, 21. So probably not going to tag. Drew without Horn Francis, 67%. So probably will tag. So I guess it depends on Horn Francis. I'm getting rid of Dacos and getting him after the bye. I don't know. I don't know about that because you're going to have to get him back. So it's wasting at least 2 trades. I mean, yes, he's probably going to go down below 600k. I mean, it's almost guaranteed he's going to go below 600. 8% chance to hit that 167. So he plays Brisbane this week, who he went 151 against last year. Don't think they'll put time into him. So it's probably another big score you're going to get out of him. So if you're going to trade him, maybe wait till the McGuinness game. 41 points. To be fair, he did get hurt in that game, but I know he wasn't scoring that well anyway. I don't know. I just don't think I could trade Dacos out. Too many other problems. If you've got like a flawless team, then maybe. But yeah, Liam Settergate has to come in. All right, we'll tie this in with another question. Someone's saying, what are your thoughts on Setterfield? My thoughts on Setterfield is he's fucking shit at footy, but he somehow scores well. 119, 126. He did something similar last year, didn't he? I think his scoring depends on whether Parrish plays or not. So last year he went 99, 147. Okay, so he's doing about the same. So the thing is, Parrish is probably going to play this week, isn't he? So if Parrish plays, I think that for whatever reason cooks him a bit. So I'm not picking him. 475k price is very, very awkward. Oh, and apparently he has a knee complaint, might not play this week. So there you go. Jack McRae, I think we need to wait and see a game from him. See what his role looks like. There's no point going early on him, especially in a team like the Bulldogs where the coach is a nuffy and could play him fucking anywhere. So yeah, I just think wait and see on Jack McRae. I'm not going with him yet. Skits Fits, what's going on, mate? Top one frustrating moment for me this season is coming home from work on Saturday to see Young score. Missed the VC on Jackson, so I traded Martin for Hogan and took the C off Butters to put on Hogue. Oh, that's rough. Hogan scored like 66, so Butters has literally gone 110 points more. So you lost 220 points just in that move alone. Yeah, that's rough. That is top one most frustrating moment. So all these 50-50 decisions that can just completely cook your team. But yeah, hopefully better round next round. I think trade Hogan if I were you. Show us the trades. So my trades this week are these. I'm pretty set on them. I thought about keeping Hayden Young, but just like I said, too risky to trade. Wouldn't surprise me if he comes out and tons up this week, but not missing out on D'Ambrosio or McKercher or Powell. I'm not missing out on any of these three guys. They're going to make so much money, and Powell's a potential keeper. McKercher and D'Ambrosio we could probably hold for most of the season, or at least early part of the season. Would you trade Dawson? I personally wouldn't. I think he's still a gun at the end of the day. Yes, he's had some. I think he's like the clangers have been his problem as well. But I mean, just look at these numbers. 173, 98, 145, 115, 144, 104, 152, 126, 134. He loves playing these three teams. So I'd back him in personally. 189 break even. Yeah, you're going to lose some money on him. But at the end of the day, you didn't pick him to make money. Got to remember that when you're picking premiums, you'd not pick them to make money. Top three forward rookies for this week. Probably Sam Darcy. Tom Powell. I know he's not rookie, but in terms of like cash cows, he's probably up there. And is there even anyone else? Let's have a look. Forward. Break even. Oh, Dempsey. Yeah, I forgot about him. Dempsey, Powell, then Darcy. But I know Powell doesn't really count as a rookie. Thoughts on Dacos, T. Perry, and Young to Ryan McKercher and Mass 400k spare? Like I said, I just wouldn't trade Dacos out personally. Dacos to Ryan is very points chasey. And like I just said, you didn't pick Nick Dacos to make money. Yeah, some people are going to get him cheaper. Not many, because most people started him. But that's it. Yeah. What's to say he doesn't go 150 this week against Brisbane? He did it last year. And then who knows? Maybe, with all this speculation, I think Collingwood are going to assume that Dacos will be tagged. And Sam Mitchell might pull, a sneaky one and not tag him. And that might fuck with Collingwood's preparation and strategy. So we assume he'll get tagged, but you just never know. If Sarong isn't tagged, though, he'll go even better with Shrek in the team. That's true. You would assume so. Yeah, but I'm happy to wait a little bit on Sarong. I think Tom Green for me is a much bigger priority, and if you don't have Zach Butters, I think you have to get him in almost ASAP because I think 6 of the next 7 at Adelaide Oval, where he performs much better than anywhere else. Yeah, just ridiculous. And look who he plays next week, 184 Melbourne. So, yeah, scary signs if you do not have Butters. How many weeks do you think Raj should get? Apparently got 4. So, let me just check on Twitter real quick. So apparently also Sean Darcy has been listed as 2 to 3 weeks. And there you go. Peter Wright being suspended for 4 matches. That's fucked. That is seriously fucked, that photo. People are pretty salty in the comments. Just for playing footy. Game is cooked. Game is dead. Bloody hell. People are pretty strong on this. I think he had to get time. Whether he got 4 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't know if that really matters. But yeah, interesting. Setterfield and Perkins are traps. Agreed. Big time agree. Not willing to jump on any traps this year. Just want the Uber Primos. I don't think Tom Powell's a trap, but I could see possibly could be. You never know. He might just be fake. Don't think so though. Set me as a rivalry. All right, I don't know much about that, but I'll do it after the stream. D'Ambrosio and Sarong must come in for me, I reckon. Look, D'Ambrosio, yes, because he's going to make money. Sarong, I don't know if he is must. I personally don't think he is. Supercoach God, what's going on, mate? How are you? Ariel Pink, what happened to the 1 million in the bank? Oh yeah, so I changed my trade. So figured get a bit aggressive, but I was thinking about getting aggressive next week, but I'm going to get aggressive this week. Fade Sharp, don't need him. Could be a painful one if he goes big this week, not to have. But yeah, I wanted to get Tom Powell. I think there's a lot of potential in that pick. Thoughts on going for the cashies? Who's better? Carroll or Dempsey? Going to have to fade the other. Look, Carroll with Walsh out of the team probably has a better role, but Carroll with Walsh in the team could be a sub. So that's a pretty big red flag. I think I'd go probably Dempsey, to be honest. Yeah, I think better job security, better role security. Oh, I don't even know what Dempsey's role. He's kind of like a half forward, isn't he? It pushes up the ground a little bit. I don't know. 2022 score without the bad move would have come close to top score. That's true. I mean, I had the main bad moves I did besides fading Heaney and McKercher was captaining Gorn over Butters last second. That was stupid. But I scored like 19-20, so there you go. Still scored 100 points more than me with all that, with the Hogan captain. It's pretty sad on my behalf. It's all right. We're building. I think we won't really know our true ranking till after round 6. Once the buys are over, then we'll actually be able to, tell where we are, because teams like mine, fading Tom Green, that's a big, I'm sacrificing a lot of points early. This week I should catch up on a few points. Should. Hopefully. So hoping you're going to go with the 1 million in the bank team if well. Well, it'd make for a great video next week. Just go bang, bang, bang. 3 Uber Primos straight into the team. But I think I need points now. I'm not willing to go in all my cash leagues. I'm 0-2, so I'm not willing to go 0-3. I don't think I've ever gone 0-2 in my cash leagues, so this is a first. But yeah, I just think can't sacrifice too many points by doing that. What do you think Power tops out at? I think you'd go 105. which would put him top 6. Who's a few must-haves to get in within the next few weeks? So Whitfield's one I'm pretty keen on. Primo-wise, Whitfield. Averaging the 117, looks back to his career best. And obviously just coming off his bye. So it will be fresh. The role looks good. Yeah, I don't see why Whitfield would be a bad pick at all. Plays in a great team. Yep. So he's one I want. Tom Green as well is one I need. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, you're talking about price-wise. You think 460? I think you can get to 500. You got to remember, 93% CBAs is a freaking lot. Because 93% CBAs, I think that means he has good time on ground as well. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if that does make sense. Let's have a look at time on ground. Yeah, 85% time on ground. So there you go. One of the 5th highest for North. Shit, lucky didn't come off. It's pretty good. He still scored 27. So yeah, there you go. I think Powell can get to 500. Who's your VCNC? I'm going Butters into Bont. Not really any second guessing with that one. Spider-Man. Hey, Zach, I was honoured in having the chance to go up against you in League number 10. Hope to play you again later on in the year. I'm sure you beat me, mate. League number 10. CJ, is this she? Yeah, you fucking cooked me. Oh, man. Yeah. I haven't had the best first 2 rounds, so yeah, hopefully come good in the next few. And just the pointy end of the season would be nice. Widescreen TV, love the content, mate. Thank you, appreciate it. I can go Butters, Sarong, D'Ambrosio, but unsure if I'm better to get Powell now and only get one of Butters and Sarong. Who would you pick? 100% no-brainer Butters. I just spoke about him briefly. He's got a great run coming up. Most games at home. I think 6 of the next 7. And this next week he plays Melbourne, who he scored 184 against last week. Also, the way looking at Butters play this week, it looked like he was barely even trying. Like he was just taking the piss out of everyone, just like sidestepping people like it was nothing. He's just so good to watch. He was even giving Tom Lynch some shit. So that was even better to watch. And if you want just an absolute beast player to not only to watch, but just does everything, can kick goals as well, super flashy. You just have to get him. I would advise everyone that doesn't have him to get him in this week because he will be gone. Butters are wrong. Butters. Finn Mag is probably getting dropped this week if Hawks and midfield goes well. I doubt they bring him back into tag Dacos. Well, that's the dilemma, I guess. He might not. We have to wait and see. I have Tom Green. Reckon it's worth a trade to take him out. No. Absolutely not. Definitely not worth it. Dempsey v Powell. Powell every day of the week. Much better role. I know you have to pay a little bit more for him, but 100% we're going Powell. Young to Ryan. Berry to Dempsey. And Wines to Mass. 288k in the bank to get Gibcus and Campbell to Flinders and Darcy next week. Yep. That sounds pretty good. I think with Wines, I don't know. It's such an awkward pick, isn't it? He's doing enough, but he's not doing amazingly. Need a nice 130 this week. That'd really be nice. Captain Bont or Jack Steele? Bont. Steele, I just don't know. I don't know if I trust him yet. I'm not mucking around with guys like Steele and like fringe top 8 players. I just don't think I want to, mess around with it. I'm top 3k at the moment without any primos from GWS or Gold Coast. Wow. That is insane. Hope I can get to top 1k this week. Well, you probably can. I I assume you don't have Hayden Young. That's probably why. And you probably don't have Nick Martin either. That's probably also why. So that makes all the world of difference. I scored 2,100 this week. Wow. That's impressive. No holes in my team, considering side trading Rao this week and picking up Tuke in round 4. Or if I do this, I could get Sarong, Steele, or Crouch this week. I don't know, man. Rao, I don't know. Rao's been really good. I think if I had Rao, I'd probably want to keep him, personally. If you had to go any one of those three, I'd probably go Crouch. I think Crouch looks really good. And if his time on ground improves, he could definitely. Well, he's already going 121 with pretty low time on ground. So Matt Crouch is playing like he wants to make a statement this year. So yeah, probably go Matt Crouch. What's your overall rank? It's pretty embarrassing to talk about. 46,000. I think it's the highest I've ever been. As in the lowest, I mean, depending on how you look at it. So yeah, top 27%, but not concerned at all. No, I can trade aggressively, and the team's not in that bad shape. It's just a few guys I missed out on, like McKercher, D'Ambrosio, starting Hayden Young, starting Nick Martin. It's just little things like that. I'm not worried about the team at all. Miller or Green next week? Miller plays North and West Coast twice on the way home. Green's already played them, doesn't play them again. That's true. I still think Green. I just think Green's better play than Miller at this point. But if you don't have the money, and like if you can do Green in Miller in one trade and save a trade, whereas if you had to do Green in 2 trades, I'd probably do the Miller in 1. Because yeah, 2, like you said, playing North and West Coast twice on the way home, it's pretty good. It's very good, actually. He's definitely one to consider. He might be even one I bring in next week. Him and... But then, like, if I go Wines to him, is it a bit sideways? Probably not. Probably getting 30 points extra a week if Miller goes at 115. Oh, no, you'd have to go at 1... Yeah, 15. All right. Ryan plays. I still have Young, Caulfield, Reed, Sexton, and Hustler on my team. 20k in the bank. Without D'Ambrosio, Ryan, Carroll, Powell, or Sharp. I'd get rid of Young. I'd get rid of Hustwaite. And I'd get in D'Ambrosio, Powell, and maybe use a boost if you need to. Get rid of Sexton. And get in Sharp. Yep. This next question is the same thing. 2 options. What are they, JT? Luke Ryan or Elliot Yo? Luke Ryan, for sure. Look, I'm glad I have Yo, but I'd rather have Luke Ryan. Prioritize rookies or chase Butters this week? That's a great question. Depending on what rookies. So if you need to get guys with like a break even of negative 60 or more, yeah, then maybe. But yeah, if you've already got like McKercher and all the good ones, then just get Butters. Too late for Heaney? I think so. I'm fading. That midfield is telling a story. Don't know if it's a good one. Yeah, I know. I do know that, but look, at the end of the day, I could go Wines up and Martin up next week. I could get Green and Sarong if I wanted to. So it's shit at the moment, but I could definitely make some big moves in 1 week if I want to. I had Hayden Young and Martin, but Martin was traded out last week and Young is getting... Oh, wow. Bloody hell. He must have some other great picks. Trading gone for Grundy. Wait till the buy, I think. Yeah. Neil or Dunkley Pod. I'd probably rather Dunkley out of those guys, but I don't know. Not yet. Rather just wait and see. Another game. What's going on? Craze Fit. Costa, thoughts on using a second trade boost in a row to trade out Martin, Sexton, Lazaro, Sarong, Powell, and Dempsey? Yeah, I don't think it's bad using all your boosts early. At the end of the day, we want to get our team set up as early as possible and then just sort of ride it from there. Muhammad Ali or Tyson? Probably Ali. Would you consider to get Dunkley down the track? Yeah, I'd consider it because I know how capable he is of scoring well. The only issue is, how does Ashcroft coming back affect him? I think last year his scoring like directly dropped when he came in, or when he started playing well, I should say. Something like that. I don't know. There's some story that made him not good. I can't remember what it was exactly. You can do Sexton to Powell or Bonner to Sarong Butters. What's Bonner's break even? He was pretty shit, wasn't he? 10. Nah, get rid of him. Fuck it. He's made what? What did he make? Oh, he hasn't made anything yet. I'd jump off Bonner, I think. I don't know. I think I'd go Bonner to Butters. Yeah. I think Butters is more important than Powell. Powell you can get next week. Waiting on a guy like Sarong. I think a guy like Goulden could easily outperform him for 100k cheaper. There you go. What's Goulden's price? 614. Probably got a lowish break even. Yeah, 90. And Richmond and West Coast coming up. Scary signs, especially for non-Heaney owners. Fucking hell. Okay, so these are the two options. 1, Dawson to Sarong, Young to Ryan, and Sexton to Dempsey / Carroll / Pink. Or 2, Dawson to Sarong, Young to Yo. Or Wanganeen Malera. No, I think I'd go and Sexton to Powell. That's a tough one because I don't know if Yo or Wanganeen Malera can be trusted. I think I'd probably rather Wanganeen Malera out of those guys. I think he's more likely to be a top 6. So I personally wouldn't trade Dawson out, but if you get out of these two options, I would probably go the second one. Josh, hey mate. My defense is a shambles. Would you rather get Sarong for Martin? This leaves me to field Hoare and Caulfield and read this week. Or keep Martin and get Windhager for Cough. Get Sarong for Martin. I personally wouldn't get Sarong this week. Like I said it a bit earlier in the stream. Yeah. Don't think I'd do it. Already had D'Ambrosio. Yeah, it's fine. I just personally wouldn't trade Sarong. Maybar. Yeah, I'm missing Carroll, Dempsey, and Sharp. I have all the other rookies. He said this: Esperry to Dempsey, Carroll, or Wines to Butters. I'd probably go Wines to Butters. I'm taking Luke Ryan over Massimo. Only projected to only miss out on 30k. Ooh. It's ballsy, man. Very ballsy. Don't hate it, but it's ballsy. Do we trade Nakos? No, thank you. I will not be trading him. Disagree entirely. Yeah, I think I'll disagree as well. So next week, I'm looking at Whitfield for Caulfield. I might need someone like Jordan to go down to Darcy. They give me like, what, 700, 600k, 620k. And then once Whitfield for Caulfield happens, they might give me like 100k or 200k. And then I could go someone like Grundy to English, depending on what my midfield does, or I could go Wines to Tom Green. So yeah, plenty of options next week, which is really good. And while I'm trading guys like Wines and Jordan, I've got all these cheap rookies like Cadman, Sexton, Wilson, Harley Reid, Carroll, Clark, Sanders, McKercher. They're all making bank. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, with my team. I have Rosie. So do I So I do already have a piece of that poor midfield. I still think Butters have Sarong in that situation. Well, that's a good question. Probably not. If you already have Rosie, yeah, I'd probably rather go Sarong. But like I said with Sarong, I really do think he'll get tagged against Carlton, so we might be able to get him a bit cheaper. If you had already traded him like last week or started him, obviously it's good, great pick. But yeah, I'm not sure. Can you see Windhager being a keeper as that D7/M9? Well, he's not going to get defensive status, is he? Oh, he already has it. Oh. So this is why he's getting talked about. I thought he was a mid only. Oh, this changes everything. All right. This changes absolutely everything. Let's reverse. Goodbye, trades. Oh, but I can't. I don't know if I can. I can't. I physically can't because these three are all must-haves. Can you afford to wait a week? Can you afford to wait a week on Windhager? Yes, you can. Break even at 15, 72. Let's say it goes up 40K. That's why he's getting talked about. Okay, I was going to say like a mid only, like fuck that. But defender, yeah, that makes sense. Look, I'd rather get him over Luke Ryan, put it that way. So anyone considering Luke Ryan, I think you're better off to get Windhager. I can't believe I didn't know that. James, thoughts on holding/trading Sexton? I think both are decent options. I could see why you'd trade him, but personally, I will be holding him. If you can get someone like good for Sexton, then do it. At the end of the day, Sexton's not a keeper, obviously. Hey mate, what do you think sending out Young, Grundy, Bonner, for Ryan, Powell, then a rookie to free up some cash? I can't afford those two without trading out Grundy. Yeah. I think I'd rather just trade Grundy. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't afford him without trading out Grundy. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to do it, do it. Give me one sec. Can Luke Ryan go D1, has an unbelievable role and doesn't even have to play well to go 175 plus? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking as well. I think he can. I really do think he can. The thing is, why were we not considering him? You know what I mean? Money. Why were we not considering him in the preseason? It's one thing I don't get. Is Mackay a trap this round? Probably, yeah. Probably. Oh, yeah. I had him, but the word was he was coming off a back injury and was struggling to even kick. Oh, man. Sorry. That is the biggest load of shit ever. I remember them saying that. And then, like, the first kick he did in the practice match was like a 60-meter kick. And they're like, oh, he couldn't even kick over 50 meters or something. Fucking joke, seriously. Oh, it's so hard to read some of these reports and just, yeah, you cannot trust everyone. I should start writing down a list of reporters and coaches and just anyone involved in clubs that do not freaking tell the truth. And then next year and the years after, I can just say, nope, they're blacklisted from my trust. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, rumours said that Luke Ryan couldn't kick over 40 metres. That's right. Started Luke Ryan at 3%, but also started. Oh, there you go. That's a good pick. But yeah, Barton Dawson, be unlucky. Very unlucky. These clangers, you cannot predict people to have clangers like they have and Hayden Young. I don't care what anyone says, you cannot do it. Especially when they're proven in the past. I mean, Nick Martin, yeah. I don't know what his efficiency is looking like on his career. I feel like he was pretty good ball user before this year. So yeah, these clangers have screwed my team and a lot of other teams as well. Quality AFL reporting, exactly right, mate. It's a joke. So who are people trading in? Let's have a look to the most traded in, most traded out. I assume Powell will be up there. Pink. Just gonna load. Send some more questions to these guys, preferably ones I haven't answered if you've been in the stream for a little bit. Thoughts on Peter Wright? I don't care about him. He's not Supercoach relevant. I was looking at the replies on Twitter though, and people are not happy about it at all. People like game's dead or some shit. I mean, come on. He's fucking knocked someone out cold. Ambrosio, Pink, Powell, Sarong, Wanganeen, Malera. Yeah. 10,000 people trading Sarong. Don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know. I don't know. It's soft. Maybe. Yeah, but he still knocked him out. Martin, Young, and Berry, Sarong, Ryan, Mana in. Mana in. I'm trading Mana out. Yeah. Sarong and Ryan are keepers, so yeah, I can see why that'd be a good trade. Dawson McGovern. So I had him last year. He started off so well and plays a nice role in a team that has the ball in the back line 90% of the game. The only issue is his durability. I don't think he's played many games over the last few years. Let's have a quick look. 2, 9, 10, 15, 11. There you go. So hasn't played a full season since 2019. Body's clearly a problem. Turns 32 in a month. This point, I just think too risky. Potential to get rested at times as well. West Coast basically already thrown their season out the window, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I personally wouldn't go there, but I could see why people are tempted to. If you're only playing for leagues, would you downgrade Young and Wines to money-making rookies? Only playing for leagues? Yes. Yep. That's what I was thinking of doing it initially. So you're playing the long game there. You are sacrificing early ranking, but you might be potentially building a team where you can get an extra Uber premium, whereas other teams might have 5 Ubers in the back line and 1, fringe Uber. So there you go. If he puts his arms out, he never gets a footed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think that was probably the deciding factor in the case, but it's an intriguing one, that one, because it seems to a lot of people are really either against it or really for it. There's no in between. I think 2 can go very close to top 8 mid. I think what's he scored so far? They've all been good games, haven't they? Like 120 average, something like that. 572k, averaging the 123, 116, 137, 115. Yeah, I think he can go close, if not. Yeah, I just don't know if they will tag him anymore. I think Rowell and Anderson are too good for them to put time into Toot Miller, and I think yeah, I just think there's no reason why 2 can't go top 8. One of them needs to go Short or Hayden Young. What's Short's break even? In an ideal world, you get rid of them both. 152. Shit, you probably have to get rid of Short based on that. I think Young's is a little bit lower. Is it? I don't know. What's Young's? Maybe not. No, 165. Fucking hell. If you can get rid of both, do it. Probably Hayden Young then. TBH, I can see Sarong and Ryan having some bad game to come. Don't do stupid things to get them in. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. And it only takes one bad game for that trade to not be worth it. And especially if you're changing your whole team. Like I remember last year, I upheld my whole team or my whole trade plan to get Jack Steele in, just for him to average like 70 for like the next 3 games. Now Steele wants to be an Uber Primo. Fucking dog. Forward line is shambles this year, 100%. I think that's why Tom Powell's such a good pick, because he's got potential to be like a top 3, 4 forward in that role with 93% CBAs. Just disgustingly good. Thoughts on Andrews? Is averaging 120 with Doody in. Harris likely plays the loose man defense. Well, that's a really good take, actually. I'd probably like to see one game with Doody in the team, but I could see that being a nice pod play. I think the thing with Harris Andrews is teams seem to recognise him as the one that hurts them. So they put time into him. Whereas like Sicily and that sometimes don't even get. I mean, Sicily does sometimes, but like Tom Stewart rarely gets time put into him. So yeah, Harris Andrews is like a pretty big tag target for some reason. But yeah, I could see why that would be a good pick. Should I wait until or if Tom Green goes down in price, or just pay up at this point? Pay up. He's not going down much, if at all. Who has to go for Butters, Nick Martin or Wines? Nick Martin. Yeah, Nick Martin. Who is an option over Sarong? I can afford anyone. I think I would go. If you already have Butters, then it depends who you have and don't have. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, it literally just depends who you don't have. So tell me who your midfield is right now. Number 1 trade target next week. It's hard to say number 1. Probably Tom Green for all the non-owners. Whitfield, Tom Green, Tuke Miller. Guys coming off their bye. Sam Darcy, obviously, because he's going to make a lot of money. Now, one little thing about Sam Darcy is I wouldn't be against going early on him because he does play West Coast this week. So, could kick a few goals. The thing with Hogan last week was he had the number 1 defender, which I think is Barras. And from what I heard, Barras played pretty well. So, Sam Darcy is not going to get number 1 defender. He's probably not even going to get number 2. So, yeah. That's also another thing with McGovern, potentially. McGovern might not be able to play as loose as he has the last few weeks because Bulldogs have a lot of tall forwards that will probably need to be manned up on. Zach Fisher is my most hated player in the comp. Right now, in the first 2 rounds, he's cost me my multis and fucked me over in Supercoach. Yeah, it's stiff. That is stiff. I'm glad I held him. I think he's still a top 6 forward, to be honest. I know he had a bad round 1, but I really like his role. I have Bont, Green, Butters, Crouch, and Sarong. Scared of him getting tagged. Yeah, look, that's what I'd be scared of too. So out of those, who do you not have? You got all the big dogs. Um, Geez, I don't know. Get Windhager or someone in, maybe. You've got like no problems in your team. I'd probably look at getting a defender like Luke Ryan or Windhager or Tom Powell and just leave your midfield as is. Keep Cyril. Definitely keep Cyril. Don't trade him out. Do you think it would be better for Collingwood if we had a bye this week to rejuvenate and play Brisbane after or nah? That's an unusual question. Yeah, probably would be. Yeah, probably. I think Collingwood will come good. I mean, I don't know. They're playing. It's like they're just turning it over and they're fumbly. It's like they're not quite in form, but I'm sure they'll come around. Like they won the flag for a reason. So I wouldn't be too worried as pie supporters, but I do think it'll be a hard game, obviously Thursday night at the Gabba. Only the real good teams can beat Brisbane at the Gabba. Except when it matters in the finals. Crouch is out for weeks. Do you think Windhager is a good trade in? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, because I didn't realize he was a defender. I thought he was a mid only. Did he even fucking play backline last year? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Bryce, what's going on, mate? If you could only get one, Mass or Powell, who would you go? Oh, it's got to be Mass because of the break even. Minus 82. Anytime you're passing up a minus 80 break even, and I know I'm passing up Dempsey, who's pretty close, I believe. But anytime you're passing up something like that, it's pretty risky because other people are going to be getting that price rise. So what's Dempsey's minus 71? Yeah, I know he's close. But yeah, I'd rather D'Ambrosio. I think Dempsey is still a sub risk. Now, I know a lot of people think he's not, but I just think all it takes is one bad game. You can get subs halftime, take out time. And I don't think he'll have Tom Berry scores, but he could. You never know. He could. Grundy to Cherry in order to allow funds for Green next week. Yep, don't mind that at all. Grundy, I think, is fake as fuck as a primo. Travis, how many is too many North players? I already have 4 in my team. And Lions, Green in my team will have the round 12 bye. I like that you're thinking about the second half of the buys. Oh, God. Yeah. Jesus. Look, I think guys like McKerch is probably not a keeper. I mean, he could be maybe in defense for a while, but I don't think it's too bad. Round 12 is still a long way away, so I wouldn't be too worried. Big fan of content. Should the AFL give Brad Scott the sack for giving the directive to concuss other players? What makes you say that? Did he actually say that? Surely not, right? Surely he didn't actually come out and say, like, let's go out and hit some people. But he hate we come out and give it a spell. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know. I can't believe we won that game still. That was mental. That was definitely one of the best home and away wins. Yeah, home and away wins of my life. The comeback to finish, just insanity. DeGoey not having an impact is a big factor in their losses. Yeah, it's true. Can Fife make 150 to 200k? Needs to average 95 plus. Yes, I think he can average 95 plus quite comfortably in that full mid roll. You take out the sub this week, he probably does go close to 95, which would give him like a 97 average, 98 average. So yeah, I think hopefully he doesn't get sub for the next 4 or 5 games. That would give us a lot of money and pretty good scores, I would assume. Do you think Heaney will score good this week? And will he still score 115 when Mills, Park, and Adams come back? This is a question that nobody knows. Nobody knows the answer to it besides one man, and that is John Longmire. If I had to guess, I think yes. At the end of the day, his scoring will drop a little bit once he moves back to the forward line, and they have publicly stated that they plan on moving him back at times, which is scary as an owner. With that being said, he's got a very good run, and Adams might come back this week, but Parker and Mills are still a few away. They're still a fair while away. So the fixture's great for Heaney. I wouldn't be too worried about him for now, but be prepared to potentially have to trade him out in the long term, but in the near future, would not be worried about it. You reckon Short taking top 6 defense? Nah, I wouldn't have thought so. Is it worth a boost to trade Reed out for Pink? Oh, I think yes, because Pink is going to make money, barring injury. I still can't believe I traded Coffee out for freaking Gibkiss. Like, Coffee gets injured. That's so annoying. But yeah, I think yes, it is probably worth it. Andrews or Clark? Probably Andrews. Don't like either of them too much. Fisher versus Wines. Who has to go for Powell? Wines. Tom Powell, Jared Lyons. Surely Lyons' price point makes him a good pickup. Good option. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's his break even? Thing is, the issue I see with Lyons is sub risk, especially when Astrop comes back. That could be a while away. I think it is a while away, but I think he still is a sub risk. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But minus 41 break even. I think I'd probably go Tom Powell. Better job security. But could definitely see why people are going Lions. You can wait till next week, Aussie. I don't think there's any issue in that. You might be 50, 30, 40K more expensive, but still relatively cheap for what he can do. When should we trade Jackson? Originally, I was going to trade round 4 to Flanders, but looks like he might make some coin, and then he has Eagles in round 6. Yeah, don't even think about trading him yet. Just wait. Probably wait. I would wait till one game with Darcy, see what the split's like. You never know. Freo might see Jackson as a better ruck than Darcy, which I think he probably is, to be honest. And then they might reassess that split, and it might not be worth trading out. So just wait and see. 1 or 2 games into Darcy coming back. Can Zach Williams come good? Yeah, I think so. I do think so. Hayden Young, Jaden Short, and Nick Martin, Tom Stewart, Luke Ryan, and Lyons or Powell. Yep, I'll do that. Super Edge God, like the stream for that ads. Yeah, everyone like up the stream, please. Would be much appreciated. I don't even know what the likes are at because I am not watching on YouTube. I'm watching on a StreamYard, which I know I need to buy the premium version of it. Stop being a fucking cheapskate. I will do that. Jesus. Will Lions average 95 plus? If he does that, fuck, he's a must-have. Look, he's capable. He is capable. In a full CBA role, I think definitely he could do it. But I probably would not be expecting him to do something like that. That's pretty high average for someone who's 200K. Got a little too excited. Next week, I'm going Jordan/5 and Williams to Darcy and Whitfield. What is it? Jordan? Yeah. I think they're good trades. Whitfield's looking like a top 6 guaranteed defender, so I'm pretty keen on him. Let's go on Caulfield to him. Out of those guys, I'll probably trade Jordan over 5. 5 has a much better role. Also, another one to move out of that midfield is Jordan. I don't know how many CBAs he's currently getting. Let's have a look. I don't think it'll be many anyway, to be honest. No, it's not. Oh my God, he had 9% on the weekend. What did he score? 88. So look, he doesn't need them to score enough. This guy's the biggest fraud of a CBA getter. Golden 32. Shake my head. Heaney. Fuck you, man. Seriously. Unbelievable. Lions will average 80. Yeah, I think that's probably a bit more accurate. 95 is very steep. You're going to hold Martin long term? Look, I plan to. I think there is a lot of potential in that role. The time on ground is amazing. 96% time on ground for someone who does quite a bit of running in his role speaks volumes to his fitness. So, yeah, I think I want to have him in my backline for the whole season if he can come good, and I really do think he can. If you own Bonner, do you trade or no? As he's breaking his 10, however, roll is gone. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I said trade him, but the more I think about it, I don't know. 10 break even is still low. You could maybe wait a week. Maybe wait a week on that. Can we wait a week on Powell? I could do trades like this, getting in McKercher, Sanders, and D'Ambrosio, or McKercher, Dempsey, and Powell. Look, I think you have to go the first one. It's not a flashy or a sexy play, but I think you just have to, just grab the guys that's going to make a lot of money. Pink, Windhager, Power for Young, Sexton, and Reed in the bank. Yep. Sounds pretty good. Jordan is the king of junk time points, is he? I didn't see the full game. The fuck? Yeah, I didn't see the full game of that one. What time did they play? I can't remember. It was early, wasn't it? Like Thursday night, Friday night. No, it wasn't Saturday night. Yeah, I didn't see that full game, so I don't know what happened with the junk points, but it doesn't surprise me. He's a bit of a cheap player, but gotta love it. Gotta respect it for the Supercoach. Think it's worth using my second boost to go from Young to Ryan, or should I wait a week on that as well? No, I'd use a second boost to do that. Young's going to lose too much money. You might not even be able to do that next week. So, yep. Everyone will trade out Martin this week. He'll go 120. I hope so. That'd be nice for me. JM Carlton Blues. Should I trade out Harley Reid for Sharp so that I can get Luke Ryan in the back line? That's a risky one. Harley Reid has a lot of potential, but I don't hate it. I plan on getting rid of him fairly early, like maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest. That being said, I do think he will get better as the season goes on. So that's something to consider. Young players, you would assume, as they get more experienced at the level, at that pace of the game, they will adjust better. But yeah. Widescreen, who do you think top 6 defenders will be? This is a good question as well. Let's have a look who's currently there. It's very hard. We've only been 2 or 3 games, so we don't have a massive sample size to go off. Everyone was pretty keen on Jaden Short. Turns out he just drops off, and yeah, it's hard to say. Let's have a look though. Defenders. Why is this so laggy? Time to get a new graphics card. 4090 coming right up. Luke Ryan, yes. Sheasel, yes. Tom Stewart, yes. Whitfield, I think, yes. So that means Harris Andrews and McGovern. I think Dan Houston will be in there, and I think Sicily will be in there. Where's Sicily? Sicily's pretty low. Fucking hell, this is laggy. Yeah, I think, Luke Ryan, Sheasel, Stewart, Whitfield, Sicily, and Dan Houston. So there's no Nick Martin. I hope Nick Martin, but he'd probably be like more like top 8, if at best, I think. We'll see. Fucking hell. Sarong's B is 41. I know, very low. So that's something I'm a bit worried about. But at the same time, I do predict he will get tagged. Will Powell be a top 6 forward? I think so, yeah. Who goes first, Martin or Wines? Martin. Travis, news was Ashcroft is available round 13. Lyons likely stays in team until then at least. Yep, that's true. Yeah, it's a tough one. Well, I can't bring him in personally, but if you already have, I think I'd rather Windhager and Powell over Lyons personally, but I could see why Lyons would be good. Do I trade young or short? Young, but it's a tough one. Probably both. Very unlucky if you started both of them. If I don't trade Harley, I'll have to go Nazaya. Which one would you do? Nah, trade Harley. I really don't hate the pick. I don't think he's going to be like a prolific ball winner. He'll just be like an impact midfielder, if that makes sense. Kind of like a Dusty type, but obviously nowhere near Dusty's level yet. Young to Massimo, then Martin/Wines to Sarong, then Sexton to Powell. Yep. Looks good to me. Shorty will be top 6. You've been bookmarked. All right, we'll see. We'll see. What about Dacos? I would hold him. Hold your guess. Hold your Dacos. How likely will Sanders get full DVP? I'm not sure what the split looks like for him. I assume he's not getting many CBAs. Yeah, maybe. I didn't watch this game, so it's hard for me to judge. I didn't watch this Gold Coast game. So I might need people to enlighten me on roles and what happened with all that. It'd be interesting to see how Jack McRae affects Sanders' scoring as well. Is it bad to only have 12K in the bank? Nah, not at all. I think top 6 will be Sheasel, Stewart, Whitfield, Nangle, Wanganeen, Malera, and Ryan and Dacos. Oh, did I forget about Dacos? Yeah, I think I forgot about Dacos. Probably Dacos instead of like. I don't know. Can't even remember who I said now. Dacos will be in there though. Just know that. What roles are best for scoring? Look, inside midfielders are great. Defenders that don't have to man up and take intercept marks are probably the second best. Defenders like Nick Dacos last year, who could just run off the back line and not man up as well, are great, which is what we expect Nick Martin to do this year. And like Ben said in the live stream last week, we have the wrong Nick. And the only problem with the Nick Martin role is the fact that he's not Nick Dacos. So, yeah. Those roles are pretty friendly. And then, look, that's probably the only good roles, to be honest. People to get kick-ins. Grundy goes under 100 next round. Is he going for you? Yeah, it'd probably be a rage trade, to be honest. Him to English. I'd say, yeah, probably. Andrews will be a top 6 defender. He might be. That's what I mean. It's very hard to say who's going to be early. Who do I think takes wrong? I think Hewitt will go to him in 2 games, in 2 weeks. This week, I don't think anyone will tag Sarong. Dawson might go head-to-head with him. I think Dawson did that with someone else last week or this week. Can't remember. But I think Hewitt will tag Sarong. Hard tag. Lazaro or Sexton. Probably Lazaro. Yeah. Pig King Sinclair. I don't know about him, man. Didn't like what I saw. I know it's only his first game back, but yeah, didn't love what I saw from him this week. Wanganeen and Sinclair playing a similar role. Yeah, that's true. They're going to take points off each other a little bit. Do you think Jack McRae finishes a top 6 forward in terms of averages? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Not even playing first footy at the moment. That's true. Very weird. But apparently dominating the Rezzies as he should. Can you hold Young? Oh, I considered it, but I think no. I think you can't afford to hold him, to be honest. Can you see McRae requesting a trade out of the Doggies? He's 29 and still has good footy in him. Look, I thought he should have requested a trade a couple of years ago when he started losing CBAs in the first place. He seems pretty loyal to the club because if I was in that position, I probably would have spat the dummy and said, "Look, you're not playing me in my right role." Who's someone that did that? I swear there's someone that's done that. There's probably a lot of players that done that. I think Jack Steele maybe did it at GWS. Can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but there's definitely been players that have left team because they weren't getting midfield time. I think Dunkley might have done it actually. Going out to Brisbane. Yeah, so I think I could see him requesting a trade for sure. Butters or Sarong, who averages more? I can confidently say I believe Butters. McRae will play this week. He's been finding fitness. I don't know why there's been so many articles about it. Yeah. He had the whole Feb off during hammy. Yeah, there you go. So, yep, worth boosting a trade to trade out Hayden Young. Yeah, 100%. What am I thinking about that for? 100%. 100%. So, yeah, getting taken out of the leadership group is an interesting one. Not sure what happened there. Very unusual. What's your opinion on Sexton? My opinion is that he could stay or he could go. I don't think there's really a bad option there. Both have positive, both have negatives. Sam Berry, will he tag Sarong? I thought about that. Possibly. Yeah, possibly. But, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe. Don't Freo play Adelaide this weekend? Yes, they do. Should I hold on to Nick Martin? I think so. Yes, I think so. Matthew, what's going on, mate? Why am I keeping Martin and the fish? Well, I just back him in. Like, Martin's Tom McGrain is amazing. Fisher looked good that game. So, and I think still could be a top 6 forward from this point onwards, which is what I'm looking for. So, yeah. All right, guys, a couple more questions and then I will be heading off for the evening. Might do a proper video before we go to bed tonight. And yeah, so stay tuned to that. If you aren't already subscribed, please feel free to do so. Get the noties on. Should I trade Clark or Reed next week for Darcy? Probably Reed. Yeah. Reckon it's worth bringing in Pink for a boost. Let's take out Zach Reed. Yeah, I would. Yeah, because he's going to make money long term. Fisher looked good under the roof at Marvel, and we haven't seen Nick Martin at Marvel yet, so doubt we've seen the best of him. Exactly. That's why, yeah, and we see him this week and against St Kilda, who I think defenders score a lot of points to them, or concede a lot of. They concede a lot of points to defenders. What I'm trying to say. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all in a video. probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Talking about my best trade targets. Basically, just re-going over everything I've said in the stream. So, thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.